Hey Dio guys, welcome back to another Cuppy 70 video here today, and we're playing The Crew 2 once again. This is again another pre-record, and today guys we're going to be collecting our reward for the past summit and doing this summit, and let's see what we got here. Alright, so I hope you guys' week has been going on pretty well, and that is today is now Wednesday. And also, I forgot to say, The Crew 2 came out with hobbies. The hobbies update is here, guys. It is here. So I'm very, very excited to get started on these hobbies. The Racer and Explorer, I actually don't have any part in done, but the Collector, I have quite a bit done. So let's go ahead and collect the Collector's rewards. I don't know how long this went for. Oh, it actually ended as soon as I went to hit skip, and so we're going to go ahead and collect some of our rewards for the collector. And so I was pretty excited about the hobbies coming in, because this has been an update that I've been looking forward to for the longest time, and I was like, oh yes, I cannot wait for the Crew 2's hobbies to come out, etc, etc, and also this live summit. And if you guys are paying attention, I keep clicking the Racer instead of the Collector. So I realized this in a couple of seconds. I'm like, what? Where's my rewards? And then a few seconds later, I'm going to be like, oh, wait a minute. I'm in the Racer. And then move over to there. But I still am doing the wrong thing here. Now I'm in the Explorer. I'm also kind of taking a look at the missions as well. So there's a lot of missions we can do, guys. We could do a whole video and try to complete some missions. And as we are now collecting some rewards for the completing the collector stuff, a bunch of weird lion emotes. And here we go. Now we're gonna hop into this week's live summit event. Here we go. So we got a nice street bike event, which sadly you guys are gonna find out I can't do too much of this live summit because I didn't have enough monies to buy the bundle. So this battle pass might have to be a skip. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't have enough. I totally forgot about that. I should have grinded a few hours before the video or whatnot to get the cash. But we are going to get some good stuff there from the last summit, as I really didn't like that past summit. But this summit here is, I really want to get to Platinum, but I only have 3 events open. But I'm only going to do 2 of them because I'm not very good at aerobatics. But we're going to go ahead to the Farm Beyond shop. And we're going to go ahead and see how much the bundle costs, which with this in the way I couldn't tell, but when I clicked on it and I went to hit buy bundle, we quickly found out, yeah, we were pretty much $1 million short of buying the bundle. So I was like, okay, let's just go get done what we can. So let's roll over here. Get into our live summit event, and we're gonna do the slalom here in with a touring car, which I think I do like 4 tries in, because the first time I did it, I was in the car that we ended off the last video with, which didn't really perform too well, in my opinion. Didn't get the turning speed I kind of wanted. All right, well here we go. Once I get the car into gear, there we go. And on to the Miami track slalom. And I'm sliding all over the place. I missed that one. But I managed to keep up with the objective. So, and actually pass the objective. I mean, the car didn't do too bad. I did miss a couple of these. And I don't remember which one, the second one I missed. It was the next one, I think. No, there it is. Yeah, that. Oh no, I actually did recover. Okay. Alright, let's see. Will we be able to complete it? I know I missed the second one. Either I didn't miss the second one, Or, because I know I did miss a second one at one point. Oh well, whatever. Oh, yes we did. We managed to complete, but we didn't get to finish the slalom. Alright. So now we're going to have to do this again, as we do get a lowly 57,000 points. We're going to switch cars. And the car I think I jump into next, if I remember correctly, is the Ferrari. Because that is my... Actually, no, it was the Zonda, that's right. Alright, we're going to hop in the Zonda. And we're going to go ahead and get some good old Zonda driving in, because why not? Alright, here we go. This is my best turning car for touring. For a touring car. There we go, missed one. I kind of did understeer that last one. And then we're going to miss this one, so we're going to miss 2 this round. And then we're going to have to do this again, obviously. But, because we got to get the maximum points here. So we got 57,000 points. Yeah! 57,000 points the last time. We're going to go ahead and see if we beat 57,000 points again. Alright, let's see, this is the last one. Ooh, and here we go. Let's see here. Did we beat 57,000 points? And yes, we did. But I felt like I could have done a little bit better, even though I missed 2, so we're going to go for a 3rd try here. And here we go. 3rd time is the charm. Now, if I remember correctly, I do miss 1 again because I'm not very good at slaloms. Because I don't manage my throttle that well in these. I just kind of just go 100% throttle. Oh, there's the one I missed, and that should be it. Yep, I barely got that one there. Ooh, back around here. Yes, very good. Take a right-hand turn and just got a little bit loose there in the back. Keep on driving through. Oh, yes. Very good. Now the question is, will I be able to go to the finish line and collect those extra 1,000 points or whatnot? Let's see, we got 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, and yes, we're going to bring it home. Now, do we get higher than 62,000 points? Let's see, drum roll here, and yes we do, 74,000. I could have gone again, but I decided to stick with it, because that's a pretty good score for what it was. And then now we're going to go into the escape, which we're not going to do the aerobatics because I'm not very good at aerobatics. None whatsoever. So pretty much this live summit, guys, is mainly on the bikes. So I mean, unless you bought these bikes, but these bikes for touring cars is a new class to the game, which is awesome. So you're probably going to have to buy the bundle. So if you haven't done this event yet, this summit, I recommend that you at least get 1.2 million credits. And we're going to go ahead and hop in my my F1 car for this, because we are on an F1 track and a touring car track, but the route is more F1. So let's go ahead and give ourselves some running room as some guy in his Devo just goes in front of us. Alright, let's see. Here we go. I'm sorry if this car is a bit pitchy, it doesn't sound too well, but it is an F1 car, so. Alright, let's see here. We have to beat 1,027 yards. We did that. Now we got to keep going and see what we can get. Sadly, this track is, of course, it's a track, so it's going to eventually come back in on itself. And I had a terrible turn right there. But it's fine. Pretty much every yard that I just messed up there kind of gave me a better score. So let's see here how far we can make it before it catches us. Oof. 2407. Let's see what we get here for a score count. And we're going to get 13,000 points. Not very good, but that's probably about the highest you're going to be getting. So I decided to try going the other way. So let's see what happens if we go the other way. And so luckily for me, I know this track pretty well, so I knew how to get around back to the other side of this track here. As we're going to be able to build up some speed and get to the other side and try from the other side and see what we can get. So let's see, we got 13,000 points and we got a score of 2047. Let's see what we can get here with going the opposite direction of how many points we're going to get. Okay, we're underway here. We're going to keep going straight to maximize our distance here. I was concerned that guy was going to hit me, but luckily for me he didn't. Alright, we beat the objective. Now we got to beat our previous score. Can we do it? Can we do it here? Got 2047. We already beat our high score from the past. And ooh, we're gonna have to turn right back in, but we're still getting the distance. 3009, that's much better. Now let's see how many points more we're going to receive. 21,000, that's much better as well. That's a lot better. Alrighty, well, since I pretty much already did for what I can do of the summit, I decided to go ahead and do some F1 racing for you guys, because I pretty much was going to get as far as I was going to go. So let's go ahead and hop into some F1 racing here. Now, I think if I remember correctly, I did do it on this track. Let's see here. Let's get ready. No, I think it was the... I don't know. I don't remember where I did this race, actually. I think I did it up in Washington. Oh, no. I did a street race first. That's right. Alright. Let's go ahead and hop into a nice street race car. And today, guys, for our street race car, the car we will be featuring is the Camaro Z11, if I remember if that's how it's called. Let's go ahead and scroll on over to the Z11. At first I was thinking about using this Honda Civic at first, but then I was like, nah, we're gonna go in the ZL1. There we go. See, I remember it had something with a 1 and that it looked like an 11 from like the top of my memory, but this car sounds nice. Just listen to that engine, guys. Throughout this race, just enjoy this engine on this car. This car, in my opinion, sounds the best out of all of the cars I own. It's not screechy like the Zonda. It's just a nice, good grumble. Especially once it gets into those high RPMs and stuff. It just, sounds very nice. Alrighty here. And we're underway in Southern California. And just watch this car as it just takes off from the line. And then we're just going to just zip right past Russell here. And into the lead we go. And this car sounds amazing. I really, really, really enjoy this car. This is also, if you're looking to get your hands on this car, it is a Icon 100 reward vehicle. So if you're looking to get this, you really can't buy it. I mean, you could buy a Camaro, but probably not this one if you're looking for this specific car. And as we can see, we're getting quite a lot of points for the racer and whatnot hobby, so this is actually really cool that you're able to collect a lot of rewards as you just simply drive around and do your own kind of racing and whatnot, which is really cool. And also Explorer, I think that'll be the best one. I think we'll go ahead and make our next video on the Crew 2 for that, like do an Explorer video or something and like drive around the map and just do crazy jumps and whatnot. Alright, well, anyway, let's focus back on what the Camaro ZL1 is able to accomplish here. And it's able to get an 8-second lead before we even get to the first 50% of the race. Again, I really like this car. And it also, it turns pretty well. I wouldn't say it turns as well as my Eclipse, because this one you kind of need to brake a little bit more. But this one, yeah, this one has way better acceleration though. And I do think it has a higher top speed as well. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% certain though. But this car is a good car if you're learning to do throttle control, and yes, that was bad turning on my part. Because as you're gonna, with this car though, I really like it, and one reason I chose it was because you can hear me going on and off the gas. You can hear specific parts of when I'm doing a turn. You can hear how the car is revving and stuff like that. And that's one way, like, you can learn how to get used to throttle control, is getting a car that you can hear quite well, so you know that if you're still coming into a turn just all out or whatnot, then you know that you're not braking or getting off the gas soon enough. Now granted, we have been hitting the walls a few times, and of course we drove off the track, but that was on a straightaway because me messing around and being really bad. But otherwise, I mean, getting on these turns and stuff, you can hear how the car is just kind of getting high into those high RPMs, back down, and then just kind of fluctuating between the two before I go back into open throttle and then just send it right back onto the straightaway. As most of the street races, as you're going to see in the Crew 2, are kind of like this. It's just one road and you just go for a certain while and the race ends. And then the harder ones are, of course, the ones that are like Pikes Peak, which is kind of like this, but Pikes Peak is just switchbacks for days and it's really, really hard. Narrow road. Yeah, and I haven't completed that race for that reason. Because I can't really get a good car to get the turning speed and everything. And also my driver abilities for switchbacks is not that good either. But otherwise, you get into like tracks, like regular tracks, like in-city races, and those ones are difficult because you have to look out for like vehicles parked on the side of the road or whatnot and stuff like that. And here we are, we just finished here, and we're just gonna enjoy the ocean here in the Crew 2 as we get ready for the next race here, which, if I remember correctly, it is an F1 race, because I do remember doing an F1 race. And let's see what we get here. And this is a good race for the F1 car, because it's not a challenging race that we're going to be doing here in Washington. If I remember correctly, that's where it is that I did this one. Somewhere up there, as I'm hitting all the wrong stuff. But I did level up a few times, and I collected those followers from the summit. So we are now Icon 237. So we're going to go ahead, do some icon points as well. And one thing you guys are seeing me do here, I highly recommend for you guys who haven't noticed this or haven't done that, is that on the comfort thing, make sure you put most of your points towards rich and popular, as that is where you're going to be making a lot of your money and a lot more followers to help you level up. And of course you get money per level up. So it'll be a pretty good idea if you guys were to make sure you invest your points into that as well. Alrighty, now we get ready for F1 racing, as we're going to be going right over here. Oh, it's actually Upper California. Never mind, Northern California. I thought it was in Washington, because I guess it's not very to scale, this map. Like, the states are kind of all wonky. Like, if I were to show you guys in the next video, like, the Grand Canyon is like where Missouri is, and stuff like that. So they're not like exactly right where they are. So that's why I got that one confused. But here we go. Let's get to the starting grid. Get the tires warmed up a little bit, and we're gonna be getting on this track here, starting in the back position. And we're just gonna roast right past these guys in the beginning of the race here. And we're gonna hit that nitrous, and there we go. We're going to take the outside lane because everybody on this race just instantly converges on the inside, closing everybody off. And boom, just like that, we're in the lead. Now this car is another car in F1 racing. Throttle control is very important, just like with touring car, because you got to hit those turns right. And the driving line is also important, like the racing line. That's also just the key thing, as I explained in the last video. With this car, you can hear me doing a little bit of throttle control, especially on the harder turns. Otherwise than that, I mean, you can pretty much just, every once in a while, just go full throttle on some of these turns. Like this one here, I hit the wall, but on one of these turns, I think it's this one actually, you can hear the car just kind of just grinding its way through the turn, because I'm going open throttle through it. But I'm able to keep the car loose enough to where I don't just go straight into the wall. I actually can still come around the turn nicely. I think we got like 4 laps, so we're just gonna go around and around and around with a few wall bumps here. That was a wide turn right there. But F1 cars are a lot of fun, like just driving around with your friends and stuff, racing. This is a really fun, like not event, I guess, like car class in the game. They do cost quite a bit of money, so if you're like looking to get into F1 cars, I mean, of course, go to the shop, take a look at how much you want. Now, this F1 car I have here, I think if I remember correctly, because I bought this car really early on, if I remember correctly, this is the car that has the highest performance level stock, like out of the garage. So this is probably the one you want to buy, because once you get out of the garage, you want to hop into a race and not be terrible. You want to have something that can actually compete. So if this is the highest one, I recommend for it. If not, just go for something you like, I guess. I mean, in the end, if you can't really choose, just go for something you like and don't really worry about it. But I mean, I recommend just go for the best vehicle of the class right off the bat, and then you can buy your other favorite one later on and just convert the parts over or something. I don't know. It's up to you. Like most of the cars I've chosen are mainly because of their stat performance level. Like the Zonda is my favorite car of all time, and it just so happened to be that car had the best performance level of the touring cars, and I was like, well, one of the highest for as much money I was going to spend on a touring car, and it turned out that one was going to be the one. And I was like, oh wow, look at that! My favorite car is the best car. And as you saw there, we had a couple bad turns here in the F1 car, but soon enough we're going to get around the turn here and finish up in the #1 spot. And then we're going to do a little bit of trolling the AI real fast, as we're going to drive back towards them as they come down the straightaway here. I can't see them, but there's one, and then the next two I missed, that one I hit, and then that's all of them. Now let me make sure, because as this is a pre-record, I do have a minute left to finish my outro before my video ends. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching and continuing, and I hope I continue to make good content for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.